Fabulous bit of kit. I can't believe I waited so long to get one of these saws. I'm such a tool. Absolutely just brilliant for cutting boards like this. Superb. Hello everyone. So coming to the flat roof section, as I said in my last video, I've joisted it out and now I'm putting some decking down. I've had to crack on this morning because there's a bit of a mini heat wave going on here in the UK, so it's very, very hot. So I got here first thing this morning while it was a bit overcast and a bit cooler, and I've really sort of just cracked on. Unfortunately, depends where you look at it, the sun's beating down again, so you know, it's hot, thirsty work. I've put this 80mm deck down, as you can see, and what I've done is, as I said, because the brick work is slightly out of parallel with the steel work, when I put this deck down, I cut it longer in the first instance, and then all I've done is plumbed up a line from the brickwork and put a mark this end, and I've done the same that end. And now what I'm going to do is just rip that off so it's flush with the brickwork all the way along. So once I've done that, I'm just going to cover these holes up so I don't fall down those. I've then got to ply a little bit up the roof. I think the roofer said he wants it 300mm above the finished level of the insulation, so I'll work that out and cut those in. And then I've got to build these upstands here, these sort of lighting tunnels. They've got to be a minimum of 150mm above the top of the insulation, and the customer's having glazed roof panels that sit on top of them, so I've got to cut them, I think, round about sort of 10 to 15 degree pitch has got to be left on there, so I've got to work on those as well. What I'll probably do is take some measurements and make those all downstairs, and then just bring them up and put them in panels and nail them in. So next job is to get that bit ripped off there. This is where my blade right saw is really handy, because obviously I'm right-handed, so the base plate is most of the base plate is obviously on the roof side, so it's very handy in this instance. Camera's getting dusted. Oh, I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'm being a wimp, but he's probably getting on to sort of 30 degrees, maybe 29 degrees now. It's only, I don't know, what is it, 11 o'clock, but you know, this takes it out of you, this heat. And I know there's probably guys working in other parts of the world where this is probably like a cool morning for them, but not really used to it here in the UK, and it certainly saps a lot of your energy, and I'm leaking profusely, and I've got a lovely layer of dust on top of that now. It's very pleasurable. One of the highlights of being a carpenter, I suggest. So anyway, you might not see it on the camera, but it's swelteringly hot. We had some thunderstorms last night, so obviously we had a bit of rain, so it's very humid today as well. So perhaps not so much the temperature, more the humidity, but still, got to crack on. see what the temperature is again today. Let's see if that feels like that's hot today. So like, oh, it's like an oven in here. What we got there? 32. That's even hotter. Crikey. So that's the most part of this boarded, and what I've got to work on now is there's going to be a back gutter in here. I don't know if you can see this steel work. Excuse that, it's not parallel. That's the brickwork's just got to be knocked off because it's got an external skin of brickwork and an internal skin of blockwork. But what I've actually got to do, if you imagine this block wall has got to be brought all the way up, and the internal skin goes on that steel. So it basically forms a corner here. And what I've got to do is return this roof back to the wall, but put a fall on it because it's actually going to form a back gutter in here. So what I've done to help me is basically cut. I've got this bit of joisting I've got here, and I've cut. I'll get it out for you. What I've done is cut a 24mm bevel off the edge, and that's the pitch of the roof. And then what that enables me to do is attach it onto these rafters here so it stands upright, and then what I'll do when that's on is cut a small furring to give it a fall back onto this main bit of flat roof. There we go. Fix that on now. Bigger nails in there, I think. For that. Let's get the level on that. Then I can cut a furring on it to give it the fall. Mark on there, see. Gun's not having it. Lovely. Lovely. So now I can cut my furring up to give it a fall back onto this roof. So fortunately, as I said in the last video, I didn't cut furrings on the original roof, on the main flat roof. What I did was cut a slope on the joist or rafters, and what they've left is this offcut, which is obviously exactly the right the fall that we want, because obviously it's the fall off the flat roof. So fortunately I've just grabbed that, cut that to length, and I can put that straight on there. Gives me the fall I need. So I'll just tack that on with a couple of nails for now. Perfect. This furring's got the same fall as the main flat roof, and now what I can do is level across. Can you see me there? Yeah. Yep. I can level across to these rafters here, and then cut another fillet piece through at this level, and then I can deck that, and then that'll be a nice fall down to meet the fall of the other roof. Right. So I've ripped this piece of timber down with a 24-degree angle on it, which is the same as the pitch. So what I'm going to do now is just push that in, get it underneath that board. Is it going to fit? Is it going to fit? Oh no, come on. It's not going to fit, no way. Oh no, look, denied. Is it? You can't do it. Can you do it? You can't do it, no way. You've blown it, big time. Just can't fit it in. Chomp a bit off there. Oh. Back down the ladder again. Right, see if it fits now. Just got this pipe in the way. Is it going there? Yes. Right, so cut it a bit short, don't matter. So what I'm going to do now is pull it up to the ply this end. See that? Here, let's just grab it in. Manhandle the camera. Can't even see that. Yeah, so I'll just pull it up to the ply this end, and then just get my level across on, just level it across on this end. Let's put the stand back up there. Can you see that? Yeah, so all I need to do now is just pull this one up until it reads level. I'm not that worried about continuing the fall from here to here as the main flat roof is. I'm more interested in it falling all down. I'm more interested in falling it from here. I'm more interested in water and the fall coming straight down here and then onto that main flat roof. So I'm just going to push this across level. Perfectly there. Just pop a nail in there. Just going to pull it back a tiny bit. Short now. Lovely. Right. It's ready. Here, defenders. Lovely. Oh, guns roasting. Nice. Just stick on that end. See what I'm doing here, really. Lovely. Super. So now I can ply that all the way through here. And I think what we'll do is carry the insulation all the way around from the main roof so it all sticks in the same level. Brilliant. Come that way, guys. Oh boy. That's better. 42. Lovely. Nice water there now. Yes. Beautiful. Catches up with that. And just put that bit along the top. Right, just get that nailed in there. Just it. Right. Try to pull the windows for a second. So this is another day. The roof has been in, put this vapour membrane down. What I'm doing now is just forming these lighting splays or openings, whatever you want to call them, light tunnels. They've got to be, as I said, 150 mil above the insulation. We've got 120 mil of insulation going on top of here. So obviously that at the lowest point is 150 mil higher, and then the customer's got these glazed panels that then sit on top. So what I found it easiest to do, the ends, sloping ends first, and you can just see what I've done to make it easy is I've made these sort of square along the bottom so they run level, and just down here you can see there's a bit of a furring, which is again is the bits. These are the offcuts that I ripped off the original these flat roof joists, so they've come in very, very handy. Putting them on just saves me doing an additional angle on those little bits of stud there. And I'm just going to show you what I've done to help me make these little frames, just keep them a bit more accurate. So perhaps this is me harking back to my days as a joiner, apprentice joiner in the joinery shop. What we would do if we were building something is we would literally get a sheet of ply or something and physically mark it out, and then we can use this as a pattern. So what I've been able to do here, and this keeps everything nice and square, what I've been able to do here is exactly mark out what I want, and then I can take all my measurements to cut and get all my angles and take all my measurements, and then basically if I just hold that there, it gives you something, sort of an exact pattern basically to work to. So as you can see, I know now that all of these frames are all the right size and all square. You know, it might seem like a bit of a faff, but generally there's a sheet of something kicking about on site, and that only takes a few minutes to draw that out, and it just keeps you nice and accurate. Nice. Oh, shit. Nails. Lovely. One more in there. Like it. Just come up there and just put a few more in there, I think. So that's both of these curbs, upstands, lighting, tunnels, whatever you want to call them, done. Like I said, the customer's got a glazed panel system. I don't know, I've not seen it, but the roof will incorporate that into his roof. All I've got to do now is put ply on the sides of these, and then I've got to rip down 120 mil curb piece, the same width as the insulation, to go all around the end, and then the insulation will butt up to that, and then the rubber roof will go over it. I think the roof will fix like a fillet piece on the outside, maybe a 2x2, which he'll then dress his rubber down over, and that gives him some throw into the guttering. So yeah, I'm almost coming to the sort of completion of this part of the roof for me, so get these few bits and bobs done, and that'll be that. So it's very hot here. I got quite a few comments in some of my previous videos about wearing a hat, Liam Crawford particularly. So what I'm wearing today is possibly one of the finest things to come out of Australia, other than Kylie Minogue obviously, is my Cobra hat. Absolutely fantastic for keeping the sun off, and the only thing is it hasn't got an attachment for my ear defenders, so I'll just have to manage between putting my ear defenders on and putting my hat on. So aside from that, you can see now that I've applied these lighting splays. They've got that's a 10-degree pitch on for the glaze panel that's going on them. So the last job I've got to do is put this curb, as I've said once already, sorry for repeating myself, put this curb around the front, and then I'm done. That's it, that's me done. I know it looks unfinished, but as far as I'm concerned, with the woodwork and the rafters and the structural work, that's me done now. So I think they've got to wait for the roofer guy to come in. He's going to do the flat roof section first. He'll put the fascias round, and then he'll felt and batten it, and he'll leave his undercloaking over far enough on this barge detail so that the customer can then decide what exactly they want on that barge. I think they're going to go for something nice, as I said earlier, but all of that can be done sort of secondary. So yeah, really, really enjoyed this. It doesn't look, it's just a sort of pitched roof really. It doesn't look as, not technical, but it doesn't look as interesting as it's been. I really enjoyed it, and as I said, the steel work really, really helped. So yeah, that's me done, and I hope you guys watching it have enjoyed it and found some interesting bits and bobs. And as always, thanks for all your support and thanks for watching.